Hi guys, I'm Shmee, hello and welcome back to the channel where you join me today for another Shmeemobile drag race here with BOTB with two of the cars to go head to head against one another, and I honestly don't know which car is going to win this between the Ford GT and the McLaren 675LT Spider. On paper they are very evenly matched, and I think this is going to come down to what happens on the day as we blast full throttle here down the runway. This is going to be very interesting for today's BOTB drag race. The Ford GT, which I've now owned for about 2.5 years and have done a few drag races with before now, but up against my 675LT Spider, which I've actually had now for about 5 years. Time is flying on, but on paper, these two are very evenly matched. Let me give you a few of the numbers about the cars before I'm going to take the LT for a quick run, then the GT, then we're going to have 3 races to see which comes out on top before getting some data as well with the V-Box. The LT has the 3.8 litre twin turbocharged V8, as per the name, 675 horsepower and 700 newton meters of torque, all to the rear wheels through a 7-speed dual clutch gearbox. The Ford GT has a 3.5 litre twin turbo V6, 656 horsepower, so just down by 19, but 746 newton meters of torque, up 46. Again, a 7-speed dual clutch gearbox with all of the power going to the rear wheels. Now on paper as well, in theory, on a quarter mile, they both do in the high 10s. We've got a slightly unusual surface here with a little brow halfway along, so we'll see exactly what they're going to be able to do. Both have launch control, and both are going to be fascinating to experience. I've also done many drags with the LT in years before, but of course with two cars here, that means I'm going to need somebody to join me for the driving, and we are joined by Christian from BOTB.
I'm back, you're back. We've got some new cars. This is going to be so much fun.
And this is honestly a matchup that at this stage, I don't know where it's going to go. You're going to take the wheel of the 675LT Spider for this one.
I can't wait. I've launched that car before. It is unbelievable.
Yes. I don't even know which is going to be off the line quicker, which is going to finish the quarter mile going faster, who's going to be overtaking who. That's the whole point today, to find out. One I know you guys have been looking forward to seeing. I certainly have as well. I think I better go do some quick runs with the cars, get everything warmed up, and it'll be time to race.
I'm going to do some style jumps in the background. I'll warm up over here.
Let's get ready to do it. For the moment, I'm going to go for a quick run in the 675LT Spider before hopping into the Ford GT when Christian takes the wheel of this. But beforehand, I want to take it for a short run just to get a feel back behind the wheel. We've got the V-Box set up at the moment. I will show you a little bit through how all of this works. The Race Logic system. Let's get it started. Some good mileage now on this car, and for the run we will have it with active dynamics enabled. We've got the handling in sport. In normal you're actually restricted in terms of being able to reduce the traction. We've got the powertrain in track mode. We'll keep it in auto, but putting the ESC into dynamic just gives us a little bit more play. Anyway, it will be all about the launch button. Let's go for a quick run and see what this is about. Let's pop it into gear then and have one first gentle run. This car is a very special car for me. I've actually owned it for longer than any other car that I've ever owned, now at 5 years, but following also the 12-seater 650S, the 675 Coupe, the Spider, and of course having the Senna as well. But this is the definition of supercar to me, very lightweight. In fact, both of the cars again are about 1,300 and change in terms of kilos, so that's what makes it quite so fascinating. But with this, it's so direct, so instantly rewarding and responsive. You hear all of the stones from the carbon fibre chassis. Both cars again with carbon fibre monocoques. The turning circle in this, the steering ratio, is not the best, I think we can say, even if I go wide here. Can we get all the way round? That is one of the challenges when it comes to this car. But let's come and I guess line up to give this a bit of a launch, because the launch control is quite frankly terrifyingly insane in this car. It just takes off like a rocket. So let's line it up. It's a very simple process. Foot on the brake, press the launch button, and then, yeah, foot on the throttle, full throttle, wait for the boost to build, and then let go. So let's give this a run. Awaiting throttle, boost building, boost ready, go. It grips, the Trofeo are sticking. It's so light. Absolutely mad. This car is absolutely bonkers. Time to temporarily swap then from the LT to the Ford GT, and it's all about the aero when it comes to this car. The teardrop cabin, seeing through the buttresses, such an infinitely cool design. But let's come and open this up. We've again got dihedral doors. Take a seat on board, again inside the carbon fibre tub, and a similar, I suppose, style of process. So let's get this started. The V6 with the Akrapovic titanium sports exhaust fires on up. We'll probably run this in sport mode. Now, track mode in the Ford GT has this very clever drop of the suspension by 2 inches, which is an awesome thing to experience, but track mode also significantly firms up the suspension using the very clever 2 different setups that this car has. So we want it in sport, but we will keep the wing down because of course that will be all about drag and we don't necessarily need downforce. So let's go for a run then to see what this is like. In the GT then, into gear, let's head out with this. Now at the moment, the wing is actually set to stay up. They recommend that you keep it up for parking and for storage, so we need to manually set this so that it goes into auto mode and effectively sits down at slower speeds, comes up when you get a little bit faster. I think for my first run I'm going to allow it to behave normally. Will I just get slightly accustomed to what's going on? Let's go manual for the moment. We'll keep it in auto for the actual runs. But do not underestimate the visceral experience that is the Ford GT. Now you might be wondering, UK car, left-hand drive? They are all left-hand drive, they're only built this way. There are very few over on UK shores, in fact, in total. I feel very lucky to own one of these, in fact, to own both of these cars. But let's give this a go, because the launch control in here, back in auto, is the simplest of any car. You can either have it on or off. If it's on, which is a permanent setting it remembers, foot on brake, foot on throttle, go. When you let go of the brake, obviously. That's all there is to it. In fact, I'm going to pop it into ESC Dynamic, or ESC Performance as it's called in here, just like we did in the LT. So, yeah, foot on the throttle, foot on the brake, let's go! That sounds so cool. Go! Tyres need to be warmed up a little bit. The Ford GT is not to be underestimated. This is quite the thing. This is going to be a fascinating race. The cars are lined up. It is time then to do this here down at the drag to see which comes out on top. This is it then, Christian. It's a showdown I know a lot of people have been looking forward to seeing with my 675 alongside the GT. Are you ready?
I'm ready, I'm ready. I beat you in the last one, so I'm planning to do exactly the same. And for the people watching this video, you could win your very own dream car at BOTB.com. There are 2 winners every week, with the dream car competition winner also winning £50,000. Sign up now, BOTB.com, get your tickets, and I might be surprising you next week.
Sounds good. Right, we've got both cars ready. I think just a second to gather thoughts, make sure we're in exactly the right modes, handbrakes off, in the right gear, that kind of thing. And if you're ready, let's get a countdown.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Let's do this!
That was fast. Bit of wheel spin.
Oh, there we go, into second. And he's pulling away, pulling away.
This is insane! Oh my god!
And heavy on the brakes here. Wow, that was cool to see. First gear, we were pretty evenly matched, but when you got the LT into second, it just hooked up and it was off.
If I'm being completely honest, Tim, I had no idea what happened there. My head is a mess.
There's a lot going on, isn't there? That car it's just the vibrations and the rawness. I think it's even rawer than the Ford GT to experience. But driving with the two together like that and just seeing the cars moving, well, we've got to be real. We're talking a couple of car lengths. We're not talking a significant difference. That was mega, but I think we're going to need to go again.
I think you're right. Let's line back up.
All right, I'm geared up. I think I'm ready to go. Just taking a moment to take it all in. There's so much computer stuff with these cars, isn't there, to be in the right modes and everything like that. Are you ready to go for run 2?
The thing that worries me the most is where to put the radio in the car after we stop speaking, because I know that when I hit the anchors, everything just flies forward. The braking power in this is unbelievable.
Well, McLaren did actually think of that. In the front of your seat, you have a little pouch right at the very front of it where you can put the key and you can also put your radio.
There we go. There you go. Learn something new every day about McLaren.
Fantastic. All right then, let's have a countdown, and it will be time to go. If you're ready as well, Christian. Okay. I'm going to get in this time.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh wow, that was Look at that thing go!
Oh, this thing is just mad. Even more grip the second time around.
Look at it go! Not even close!
I just keep laughing. It's that kind of car. It's just bonkers.
I mean, I'm happy in a way because my car won the race, but the LT's so fast. Do you know what? I honestly didn't think the LT would be that fast. It's so fast, and it hooked up ridiculously quickly that go for you. You just like started and you were gone.
It honestly feels like I've been just kind of like popped into a slingshot and then someone just launches you down the runway. This thing is unbelievable.
I'm actually quite mesmerised watching it, but I do also particularly like that car, so I'm quite happy to see it win and quite happy to see it driving. There's a reason I've kept it for 5 years now.
I don't blame you. Never get rid of it. It's incredible.
It's a funny one, this, because we're lining up for a race, except I'm pretty sure I know the outcome of the third race we're about to do.
I don't actually mind.
No, I don't blame you. I need to be on it with the start. Very, very quick reaction time. But let's go. Let's have run number 3.
5,
Okay.
4, 3, 2,
1, go! I might have slightly jumped.
Oh, Tim got off the line a bit faster that time. Oh, but this car is mad.
Look at that! Look at that go! What is this?
The performance is unbelievable. The braking is on another level.
That was actually my quickest GT run of the day, but I still got schooled by the purple McLaren again.
Having a look in your rear view mirror in this car when you brake is unreal. I mean, you can't see anything, but you can see that spoiler deploy, and it looks just crazy.
I mean, this has been very one-sided. I am yet to beat you in a drag race, Christian. You've won everything.
Well, I tell you what, just not only from me, but from everyone at BOTB, thank you so much for letting me drive this car. I know it's a very special car to you, and I feel so privileged to get to sit in it, let alone launch it down this runway.
It is an absolute pleasure. Thank you for doing the honours. Couldn't have picked anybody better to beat me in my own cars. Let's do a timed run then in the 675LT Spider. The V-Box is set up to give us the quarter mile. We've got the additional antenna on the roof because of the number of different things in here to cause interference, but all of the settings are still correct. Into launch, hold on tight. Let's give this a go. Boost building, go. Instant grip, that was fast, that was very fast. This is away. .77 seconds. I think that's right there with claimed territory for this car. It's just a little bit mad, but mad in a very good way. Let's give this a whirl then. Pop it back into ESC performance. There we go on the traction control, in sport mode, full on the brake and on the throttle. Let's go. Well, we got more grip there. Well, there we have it. About 11.5 is what we're getting with the Ford GT. I would never have guessed. The LT is just silly fast. It's really, really silly fast. That was quite the race.
Bonkers. Bonkers. The acceleration in that is just unbelievable. It's like someone's just punched you in the chest as you go.
Literally.
The launch control is amazing.
And you know the scary thing is how much faster than that the Senna or now the 765LT is as well.
Yeah.
McLaren, these days I think we all know that they kind of underestimate their performance numbers, their power figures. You know, the 765 probably makes more like 800 and something horsepower, but at this period, if it said 675, it was about 675, but the car is so light and the computers are so clever, it's just gone.
mind-boggling, yeah.
It's
mad.
It's absolutely silly. It's such a cool car, and it's crazy as well, honestly, for me, to think that's 5 years old.
I know, I still can't believe it. It's just mad.
5 years old, every bit as epic as it was, well, back then, when I had the LT Coupe before the Spider. But these two, that was a race I wanted to do for a long time, and don't get me wrong, I am slightly disappointed that the GT didn't win. I would have liked the GT to come out on top.
Well, it looked cool in the rear view mirror.
It does. Do you know what I think is really interesting as well? And I know a lot of people jump to drag races as being the ultimate conclusion of which car is faster. I'm sure on a track, the GT is faster. It's bigger, it's wider, it's got a lot more aero going on. Not that this doesn't have aero, as you were talking about with the rear wing that flies up in your rear view mirror, but here, you can like stick your head, you can probably climb through it, to be honest.
It's a crazy gap. When you're following this car, it's behind you, and you see the shape of it. It's gorgeous, it works so well, and as you say, around a track, this thing is pretty unstoppable. Yeah,
nothing else like it. Well, I don't mind losing to my own car. It is what it is.
I feel like I should apologise, but I'm not going to.
No, I'm glad that you were piloting it. It was in safe hands, and I've been very, very impressed to see exactly how that's gone. We've had a 10.77 on this particular piece of tarmac where it goes up in the middle, so I think that could do 10.5, that kind of thing, which is crazy. On normal tarmac, not even a prep surface. This was low 11s, 11.3 was the lowest I saw out of it. So actually, surprisingly, I suppose you could say far behind. But what a day, what an awesome BOTB drag race.
Oh, it's been incredible. So thanks for inviting me down. Thanks for letting me drive the car. And I guess anyone watching this, well, I could be at your door next week because, as you may know, BOTB have 2 car winners every single week. The winner as well of the Dream Car competition will also receive £50,000 and their dream car. We've got over 180 cars in the lineup. Go and check them out, BOTB.com. I could be surprising you next week.
And I can tell you guys, it is quite cool to see the surprise on the face of the winner. I've been there with you. I've known you guys for over 8 years, from when I first drove 200 miles an hour, the first time I ever did it with BOTB on a runway. And yeah, I met quite a few winners along the way too. Really, really awesome. What a day. Big thanks to you. Big thanks to BOTB. Big thanks to you guys, as always, for watching. I appreciate your support an awful lot. Check out BOTB, information right down below. That's it for now though. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again soon. Cheers.